Hello and welcome back, everybody. Next, we're going to get into a wash on this head sculpt for Darby. We're going to take her white hair and we're going to give it a wash treatment. But first, I want to be fully transparent and show a couple details that I did not capture between my last video and now, and that is some of the details that I did here on the back. I used our Troll Slayer orange for some of these really fine details here, and here, and then I used a Vallejo yellow ochre for the stripes here, and then I used Citadel Mephiston red, one of my favorite reds by the way, on a couple of the electronics, just giving it kind of a module. Same thing on the front. I just did a red and a yellow dot there, and I used my Mini Majestic. It's a Royal Langnickel spotter. So just felt like that was a little advanced for where we are right now, and I want to kind of keep it basic and build up to those kind of videos. So I'm going to move these paints off to the side, and I'm going to mix up our wash for the head. Okay, I've just got this on a stand with a little bit of sticky tack or blue tack and poster putty, as that works just as well. Wanted to share that with you guys. So what I'm going to do for the wash, I've got a Vallejo white gray. I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3 drops, and then I'm going to use Vallejo black, and I'm going to just put in 1 drop there and set that off to the side. Might be coming back to it. Go ahead, get water on a brush. I am using a bigger brush than what I will be using to apply, because I want to save my brush that I'll be using to apply so it's nice and clean, because this one's going to get a little bit gunked up a little bit. I'm going to add another drop into here and water. And when I'm making this wash, I'm mixing the paint first to the color that I want. And we're getting really close actually. So perfect. So what I will do is then I will clean out my brush, and then I will load it up with water, dip back in to my source, more water, and load up again. And what I want to do is hopefully you can see that consistency where I'm pulling the paint up and it's running down. It's not holding, it's not sticking. This is what's going to create my wash effect, where it's going to be transparent. I don't want it to be opaque. So right there, we've got concentration, but it's running down. So that is actually perfect. So we've got a nice gray wash there. And that's what we're going to wash over her hair. And I'm going to move our figure off to the side. Here's the smaller brush that I was talking about. So I'm going into the dish. And now I'm just going to hit everywhere on the head. On the hair, sorry, not the head. We're just doing a wash on the hair. And I'm going to pull this out. And I want to be semi-methodical about covering every bit of the surface, because this is a wash and I want it to look like it was, I want to evenly apply it, because hair grows constantly, and where the coloration is, I'm sorry, I'm really focused on what I'm doing here, but what I'm trying to say is that I will go back through this and we will dry brush highlights of white, or maybe even some really fine silver streaks, to give her a really, just give her some nice hair. Because again, the sculpt on this hair is actually really nice. That's one of the things I've been so impressed with every bit of this figure, and if you're doing this figure as well, I hope that you're enjoying all the sculpt and the tips and tricks from my videos, helping you paint and bringing those details out. I mean, we can already see right now all the detail that's in this head. Just a Mattel Alpha series or Alpha class did a really good job with this figure. It's fun to paint, and with the wash, I think, yeah, this is translating to camera, but you can see it pulling up and recessed, and pulling up in the recessed areas of the hair where there's white and gray both showing at the same time. So one thing that's important I haven't said yet with the wash is you don't want to just glob it on. I think sometimes maybe the reputation out there might be, oh, I can just coat everything. Well, you want to be, again, semi-methodical about it. You want to coat things, but I'm trying not to hit skin. I'm trying not to hit other details that I don't want it to get onto. Now, the fact that it is a wash does make it super easy to remove if we get some on some places. Now, there's a little tie that goes around her bun back here. Now, if I plan on painting that, so I'm not being as super careful about avoiding that as a whole, because I really want to get down into the nooks of that tie, and that would also just by design be an area where hair would be darker, because it's in a fold where light would not be as strong. And I'm just going to paint the underside and get in there. I'm just, again, touching everything, getting the paint on there, and another thing, you can also do multiple washes, just like we did multiple dry brushes on the body, the figure body. You do multiple washes as well. So, and I've also got to hit these eyebrows, but I'm not going to hit those with this brush. I'm going to go grab my spotter, and I can just hit that real quick here on camera. We're just going to get a better grip here. All right, there we go. I like that one. I'm going to go back to this one and make that a little bit better. There we go. Now, that's a little bit darker than I would normally like, but when I go back through and I highlight with my dry brushing on the white, I'll also do a really, really light white line in there as well. It won't be a constant thin line, because it looks like the gray is appearing that way, which I'll touch it back up. But when I do it with the white, well, I'll show you when we get there. But there we go. Here's how we put on a wash for hair.